Here's an old car battery that went bad in one of the cars a few years ago. I'll show you the process of recovering a battery. We'll run a few tests on it. There's about 8 volts of power in it. Before we check inside the battery, we'll clean this up because we don't want any contamination. Clean the terminals. Before we charge it, we'll check the fluid. Pop it up with a screwdriver and just make sure there's no dirt in there. I see water on the cells, and that's good. All the cells have water. This one's a little low. Add a little distilled water. Keep everything clean. We're not able to do a load test until the battery is fully charged. I'll charge it up with the caps off so I can watch it. I'll start off at 2 amps. It'll attempt to desulfate the battery. The first cycle is not very good. It says wrong, so we'll reset it. It charged for about 2 hours before it gave this error. We'll reset it. We'll tighten up the connections, and that's looking better. Charging for 24 hours, and it says bad. That is not a good sign. It doesn't mean give up, but it's not going to give up without a fight. I'll do a 40 amp charge. I'll give the battery a little tap to see if I can break some of that sulfation loose. Continue to attempt to desulfate the battery. About 24 hours later, it says bad again. Here's a battery that was bad, and I was able to restore this, but you can't restore them every time. If you let the battery go too long and the sulfation gets really bad, you may not be able to recover it. We're going to try this again. We'll try it at 40 amps. It'll go through another recondition cycle. I'll tap the battery to see if I can get the sulfation to break up a little. It's currently holding 6 volts. I've tried 4 cycles at 2 amps. I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of voltage in at the 200 amps. You only want to do this for about 15 minutes at a time and make sure it's in a well-ventilated area. At this higher amperage, you can see a lot of activity. The battery will actually get warm. Within 5 minutes, you can see one of the cells is hotter than the others. You want to feel the battery from time to time to make sure it's not getting too warm. About 10 minutes later, you can see this cell is a lot hotter. If you touch the battery, you can feel the warmth right here. You can see hydrogen gas coming out of this cell. This is why you want good ventilation. Although I've restored a few batteries like this, I would not recommend doing this. You can see that all the cells are not smoking. This is the one that's got the hydrogen gas smoke. We'll take a look at all the cells. Cell 1, definitely some activity. There's some hydrogen gas. Cell 2, nothing. Cell 3, nothing. Cell 4, activity, a little bit of smoke in there. Cell 5, nothing. Cell 6, a lot of activity. The entire right side of the battery is heating up. I'm going to re-emphasize that this is not a good idea because if this hydrogen gas came in contact with a spark, it may not be a good idea. 15 minutes is up. We'll do another 2 amp cycle. You're not going to be able to recover a battery every single time. In fact, this is one of those times. I've hydrated the battery and run it through about 40 cycles, and it is not going to recover. This battery here would not hold a charge. I rehydrated it, did the same thing. This one I was able to recover, but they don't always recover. If the sulfation at the bottom is bad enough, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to recover it.